introduce me. So Robert, how long have you been here with us?
Just finished my, what's been 23 days, whatever today's date, 25 days now, or 24.
Okay. And I know you had a pretty big first 2 weeks. It looks like what did you do in your first 17 days? What did you submit? We,
It was a little over 25,000 my first 17 days.
little over 25,000, you said?
Yeah. Hmm.
And did you have any experience in insurance before this, or tell us a little bit about where you came from and how you found FFL?
I did have a little experience back in 2014, but since then it was, I haven't done insurance since then. So came in a little rusty. I told Gage I was so upset when I went out my first day in the field, only made one sale. And he's like, "But you made a sale." I'm like, "Nah." But then I talked with him on the phone. I'm like, this isn't acceptable. What did I do wrong? And Gage is awesome. He coached me through it. And he said one line that stuck with me. He goes, "Robert, you're not a life insurance quote guy. You are the field underwriter there to see if they qualify." And man, a light went off in my head. And the next day I went off and I wrote over 7,000. So,
Wow. Wow. 7,000 in one day?
7,000 in one day. It was like 7,700 or something like that.
Wow, that is awesome. And what leads are you running right now? Or what leads were you running then too?
Facebook leads, Game Time, and Happy Agent. And that was it.
So right before you came to FFL, will you tell us a little bit about what you were doing?
I was in real estate. I was flipping homes, fixing them up, selling them. My wife is the agent, the realtor, and so we were just working as a team. But I knew I could work harder. I wasn't working as hard as I knew I could be, and I started getting complacent, started getting lazy, picking up bad habits, and then I was like, you know what? We have dreams, we have goals. I've got two kids, two little ones, and we want them to have a better life than we did. And even though we were making good money, I felt like we were living paycheck to paycheck. So I was like, I got to do something. I got to do something better than this. I always kept my license active for some reason, and then I just saw your ad on Facebook, and that was it. That was it. One thing came after another, and I saw that, and I said, all right, let's go. It's go time. So,
That's awesome. So you found us on Facebook.
yeah, Facebook. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And so, Robert, you and I were talking on the phone the other day, and you were talking about how you did the fix and flip through real estate and how you were in business for yourself already. And I know we were talking a little bit about schedule and how you schedule yourself, but will you share a little bit about like what flipped for you? Because you were in business for yourself before. You were in real estate. I remember you mentioned that, you could have went out and flipped more homes and made more money, but you got complacent. So what was it that shifted you? What changed your mind into getting into insurance instead of just kind of staying where you were at? Was it the training? What do you think it was?
I think it's the just being on part of a team. When I was working real estate, it was just me and my wife, and although I love her dearly, it was just me and her.
Right.
And so to have a big team and be so responsive, like Gage and Jordan. I mean, the moment I text them, they text back. I don't know how they do it. I'm like, man, this is insane. And they're just on top of it. So every time I had a question, he'd call me, he'd explain it. Gage is awesome. I mean, every time I'm like, man, I don't know how you keep up with me, man. So it was nice to be part. I was watching the videos, the FFO, and seeing how, there's this leaderboard, there's all this stuff. And I'm like, it's not just getting to the top, but it's, you have someone who's actually willing to come down and bring you up too, as long as you're willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
So to have that, people like Jordan and you and Gage to call me, I'm like, you guys are already successful. What are you calling me for? So it was just that whole feeling, knowing that, you're not alone. So that's really what drug me over to the other side.
Yeah, I love that. And this opportunity is incredible and the money is great. But I will say that I agree with you when it comes to the team. That is when things got tough, that's what kept me here. So if you really plug in to the resources we have here and the people we have here, most people here are not starving. So everyone is willing to help you. You just have to reach out and like Jordan said, find those three mentors, find those three people to run with, and have those three lead sources, and you can't fail. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Robert, will you talk a little bit about, will you share with us your, maybe a little bit about your close? So how you get the check?
Yeah, so at the end, what do you mean, like when I'm already writing the three quotes?
Yeah, or maybe you can, yeah, or maybe you can tell us what it is that you do if you put three quotes down on the paper and kind of what you say at that moment to I guess get them to decide which one they want. Will you go over that? Because I feel like a lot of times people get the quotes down and then they're like, okay, now how do I? They're like, okay, here you go. Which one do you
Yeah.
want? You kind of share with us what you little, I mean, it might just be a very small word track, but those little tiny things that you can pick up on could just make you or could help you get the sale. Can you share some?
Yeah, yeah, of course. So if I've already wrote down the quotes, I'm kind of like hiding it a little bit, or maybe it's behind my iPad so they don't see the numbers yet. And or I have them with a brochure and they're reading over that. I get done writing all three. I kind of already know their budget, so the middle is their budget. And I say, okay, I did a little research here, and I think I found something that, like I said, my objectives today were affordability and qualification. So the first step is affordability. So out of these three here, I have 12,000, 10,000, and 8,000 actually. Okay, out of these three here, which death benefit or which check do you want to leave behind for John? And I just hand it over and then I zip it up.
Perfect. So you just hand it over and then you get quiet.
Mhm.
And that's at first, was that uncomfortable?
Um, I mean, I guess when I first did it back in the days, probably, yeah, I can't remember, but
Yeah.
I've
I
been
feel
doing
like
it for a while.
sometimes it feels like sometimes we get uncomfortable when we get quiet or we ask a question and we get quiet because they're waiting to talk and you're like, is this where I get in and I start talking? But some of those moments are the most important times to be quiet and kind of let them think. And then sometimes, a lot of times people will, I think Gage hands his pen over and says, circle which one you want. And then he kind of gets started on the computer. So I like that too. That might be a good tip for some people. But that's good. I like that, Robert. And then you've also been running instant leads, right?
I
Or
just
did
started,
you
just
just
started.
start? Have you dialed them yet?
Yep, I've dialed a few of them.
Okay, would you be willing to go over the instant lead script that you're using?
The
I
instantly
know,
one, okay, yeah.
or if you have another one ready.
Um, yeah, I mean, I've got all three. I've got a bunch of them here.
Hang on.
How many points do you have right now?
How many appointments do you have booked for Friday and Saturday?
Well, not much. Not much today. Today's been a little rough, but I just keep going. We're gonna kill it and this afternoon. So,
Awesome. I love the attitude.
oh yeah.
Okay, cool. We can, whenever you're ready, we can run through it. I'll be client, obviously. You.
Okay. This is the instant internet. Okay. Ring ring.
Hello?
Hi, Ashley.
Yes?
Hey, Ashley. This is Robert Santana. I'm just getting back to you about that life insurance quote you sent in a few weeks ago. It looks like you put 123 Main Street as your address. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Is that an apartment, a complex, or a house?
It's in an apartment.
An apartment? Okay. And it looks like you put January 1st, 1950 as your birthday. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, perfect. So again, Ashley, my name is Robert. I'm just letting you know that we did receive your request, and I'm the field underwriter assigned to get this out to you and go through a quick eligibility. Just like it said, it's non-medical. What that means is there's no blood work, your blood work or physicals required, nothing like that. But it does require me to check to make sure that you are who you say you are, make sure there's no insurance fraud going on, and that you're not strapped down to a hospital bed or on oxygen 24/7 or anything like that. That's not you, is it, Ashley?
Nope, that's not me.
Okay, perfect. Now, Ashley, are you working full-time? Are you retired? Are you disabled?
I'm working full time.
Working full-time? Okay. What time do you typically walk in the door? Are you about 9 to 5 like most people?
Yeah, typically I get home between 5 and 6.
About 5 and 6? Okay. And now, are you single, married, or widowed?
I'm single.
Single? Okay. Perfect. Well, Ashley, I'm calling you because I will be in your area for the next 2 days seeing other families who've also requested this information. And I have an opening this Friday. You said you get home about 5:36. I'm actually booked up at 5, but I can squeeze you in about 6:15 to 6:45, that little time frame there. Which one works better for you, 6:15 or 6:45?
I can do 6:45. That sounds good.
6:45? Okay, perfect. Now, Ashley, I'm going to jot that down here in my calendar. Can you grab a pen and paper? Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, perfect. I got it.
All right, my name is Robert Santana, and my license number is W as in whiskey, 177971. Can you repeat that back to me?
W
Yeah,
one
one seven.
seven
Yeah,
nine seven.
971. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Now I'm gonna have my ID and my badge with me, so you know it's me. I've got a big beard and long hair, almost like those bikers you see on the road. Okay, just a little better looking. All right, Ashley.
All right, that
All
sounds
right.
good.
Yeah, I've got a black Acura. Where do you want me parking? You want me parking in the driveway or on the road?
Oh yeah, you can park in the driveway.
The driveway. Okay. And the numbers to the house, are they on the mailbox or on the house? Am I gonna see it when I drive by?
Yeah, they're on the mailbox and on the street.
Okay, perfect. And the last question, Ashley, do I need to jump over any fences or dodge any attack dogs to get to the doorbell?
No, she's pretty friendly.
She's pretty friendly. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't need my running shoes on that day. All right. Well, Ashley, I look forward to meeting you and helping your family. Okay. I've got you down for Friday between 6:15 and 6:45.
Okay, thanks, Robert.
All right. You have a blessed day. Bye now.
You, bye. That was good. That was very smooth. So in the beginning of that script, you for the instant leads, because I know a lot of agents are just starting to order these. So you basically just switch around instead of saying Arizona State Regulated Final Expense Program or burial expense coverage, you're just switching it to life insurance quote you requested online.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes,
perfect.
ma'am. Mm-hmm.
That's great. And how many of those leads did you find in Florida?
I can't remember.
Just
I'm on. Yeah. Huh?
You had said though you just keep checking for those leads over and over.
Yeah. Yeah. All the time. Every time I've got it alerts, so it just comes to my email and I log on as quick as I can and purchase them.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys, those instant life leads, you're going to want to check your CRM every single day for those because they're going to keep putting them in the CRM, but we have to buy them to keep getting them. And they're only $11 and they're brand new. That's like a third of the cost of our final expense leads, and they're brand new and they're exclusive to just you. So you want to make sure you're checking those every single day. Um, awesome. Robert, will you tell us a little bit about what goals you have for this 5-week month coming up and what your schedule is going to look like to reach that goal?
Oh, lead flow and activity are my biggest things. So if I can get 6 to 8 appointments per run day, and if I'm not sitting down with those 6 to 8, I'm door knocking.
Okay.
I'm trying to get in a house, sit at least with as many families as I can per day to increase my opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have an appointment goal that you have for every single week, or do you have an AP goal that you want to hit by the end of October for the 5-week month?
Yeah, my goal is 10K each week. That's 2,500 each run day, and that's only $208 per run day.
Awesome,
So,
Josh. You broke it down like that. That's awesome.
oh yeah, I'm aiming for that premium. Helping as many families as I can.
Cool. And so your lead flow, you're going to have, tell us a little bit about what leads you're going to buy.
Oh, I'm mixing it up now. Gage, because I was just doing Facebook, and Gage is leading me in the right direction. He's like, you've got to start adding some. So I just got an email back from Sasha, so I'm going to be starting that up. I've got my Facebook leads, game time, and I've got those on reoccurring. So every week is just reoccurring, so I don't have to worry about it. And then the instant leads as well. So the mail outs, the instant leads, the 1 month old leads, I try to get 100 in each zone that I'm in. So if I got 6 to 8 appointments and I'm getting porched and no shows, I'm calling those 100 leads, or I'm knocking at their door.
Yeah, you just do whatever it takes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Robert, before we bring on Marissa, and thank you so much for hopping on today. This has been great, and that phone script is. I hope everyone took notes because that phone script was awesome. I want you to share if you have 2 things. Maybe you can share with people that are just getting started, people that are kind of on the fence. Maybe what are 2 things you think that maybe you wish you would have done in the beginning, or you wish you would have known worked better? If you could change 2 things right in the beginning, what would those things have been? Would you have bought more leads or dialed the
Yeah.
phone?
I would have gotten more leads instead of just depending heavily on Facebook. So definitely spread it out. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread it out so lead flow can come in. And then the second, what would I have done different?
Or maybe not what you would have done differently. Sorry, I kind of worded that poorly. But maybe it's something that you think would help someone get off the ground. Like, is there something that,
Oh, what Jordan and Gage tell me all the time, fail forward. My first day that I went out in the field, it was actually a Sunday. I wasn't even ready. I didn't have my presentation. I didn't have anything. But through Calendly, 2 appointments were set. And I'm like, oh, crap. I was supposed to start Monday. And so I just went out anyways. I knew I was gonna massacre it, and I did. I massacred the script. I wouldn't have even bought for myself if I was there. I was ready to leave. I'm like, you know what? Don't even buy. I'm not even interested either. And I was ready to leave. But I just failed forward, and I called Gage and I called Jordan, and they're like, dude, it's fine. Next one. Your first 100 appointments are going to suck, and then you go from there. And I'm like, all right. So then I went out Tuesday, and I just kept going.
That's awesome. Good job. And I think one thing I heard Sean Mike say on one of the calls is the one thing that top producers do is they do a lot less strategizing and a lot more doing. So instead of, thinking what, let's, and I'm guilty of the same thing. I'm like, we got to strategize a lead plan. And Brady's like, stop strategizing and just buy leads. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But so that's the same thing with you, and the same thing with Tori, and the same thing with Marissa and all these other top producers that just started, is they just went out and worked, and they didn't have all the answers, and they failed forward, and they learned a lot. So, well, I'm really happy to have you on the team, Robert, and congratulations on all your success. Thank you for coming on.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me.